Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to prune this Bougainvillea. As you know, well you might not know, it's springtime here and it's finally warm enough to bring this thing outside, and as you saw in earlier videos down in the grow space, this lost all of its leaves, and then just recently in the last, I'm gonna say 2 months, it started to regrow leaves, and when the leaves started to grow back, I've got flies all over me. It seems to be a trend in these videos today, and it made me lose my train of thought. It seems to be nutrient deficient, and since I saw the yellowing of the leaves, I've added some fertilizer to the soil, and the new leaves seem to be coming out just fine. The new leaves are quite large, and that's because of the low light situation that I had in the basement. These leaves would actually burn off if I was to leave them outside. Today's the first day that it's out and doing its thing, but these are way too long. I don't want to have a big vine plant. I want to be a nice bushy plant, like I was talking to you before, like a mushroom or a topiary kind of style. So I'm going to end up cutting this back quite hard. And there's also a lot of dead growth. Actually, come on in and I'll show you the dead growth that's in here, and I'll show you why I want to trim it back and rejuvenate it. Sorry, it's very, very bright out here. So, as you can see here, this branch is completely dead. Well, not completely. These parts are dead. And then there's new growth that comes right up here. So I want to keep this portion, but I want to remove this portion. Oh, look at, there's a little ladybug there. Right there by my finger. Welcome, ladybug. So yeah, I also want to just trim off. These are the old where the flowers were, or the bracts were. I want to trim off all of these. I find that when I walk by this stupid plant, it attaches to me, and I get stuck to it. So I'll remove those, and yeah. So I just want to clean this plant up. I'm going to really make it a hard prune. As you can see, this plant really does respond well to pruning, and it will grow from old wood, which is sort of uncommon for a lot of plants. Some plants only bloom from newer wood, and you're not going to get a lot of growth along the stem or the trunk. So anyway, I'll put you back on the tripod, and we'll take the pruners, and we're going to prune a lot of this stuff back. And we'll do updates on this plant as time goes, and you'll see how it bushes in and fills in really nicely, and hopefully we get a nice show of flowers as well. So this is the central part of the plant, right in this area right here, and that's where I want to keep the growth. So I'm just going to trim this back right by a leaf, and if I wanted to, I could try growing these from cuttings, but to be quite honest with you, Bougainvillea is not an easy one to grow from cuttings. So I'm not even going to waste my time. So I'm getting rid of most of the growth, which is sad, isn't it? And I'm going to remove those dead pieces that I showed you earlier. And I don't know whether it's going to show up on camera or not, but if you prune it and there's no ring of green around by where the bark is, then that tells you that the growth is dead. Another way to tell is if you rub your fingernail across it. If just underneath the bark, if it's green, it's good. It will grow. But as you can see, this one, there's no green underneath, it's just brown. So that tells me that it's a dead piece of wood. So you can do that with the majority of your woody plants, actually all of your woody plants, to tell you whether or not you should just prune it off or whether you should wait for some new growth. It's very helpful, I use it all the time. So I'm just going to trim all this stuff back. Here's another, this whole area here is dead. Just going to get it out of the way. And then another thing that I'm going to do, I don't know whether you can see it, but right along the stem, I want to take all of the growth that's growing right off, because I don't want it to grow down the stem. I want it to grow in a lollipop fashion. And there's another piece of dead wood. So we'll end up leaving it like this, and I will keep you updated on it as it progresses. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to look. I thought that it was going to look really sparse, but as you can see, it's just a a little bit of leaves on the top of a stick. So anyway, stay tuned for more updates. If you enjoyed this video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. There's going to be a lot of stuff now that spring is in the air and the tropical plants are going to be coming outside. So stay in the know. And yeah, happy growing, everyone. Show me what's growing in your garden. Because if it's spring for me, chances are it's spring for you. Unless you live on the other side of the world, then you're going into winter, and I apologize. So anyway, happy growing. Is we're going to bring these upstairs, give them a window. It doesn't have to be a bright window, not at this point because they're still dormant. We just want to give them a little bit of water. You don't want to soak them. You want to introduce water gradually. If you give them too much water all at the same